Hello, everyone, and Twilight fans. I'm going to unmute you too.
Thank you.
Get ready, strap into your seats, your stools, your car interiors, and get ready for some British fun, because this is an episode dedicated to Robert Pattinson.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Robert Pattinson Show. It's so loud.
It's the Robert Pattinson Hour, Mania Hour.
Every single segment this show of Millennial Movie Talk will contain
Robert
the
Pattinson.
man, the myth, the legend
of the Robert
Pattinson.
Except Twilight. No Twilight.
Now,
Unless there is some Twilight that I'm missing out on.
This week has been a huge week for Mr. Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Here on our podcast. Also just in the real world.
I'm Alex, by the way.
Two big things.
Oh, I'm Michael.
I'm Braden, and I'm a big fan of Robert Pattinson.
I'm a mild fan of Robert Pattinson.
He's okay.
I'm more excited to see what he has in the future, but his past is not great.
Starting the show off about Robert Pattinson strong. Alex, why don't you take us over to the movie news?
No. That doesn't count. I wasn't looking.
You were so confident in
I wasn't looking. I misclicked. Everyone, this happens sometimes in showbiz. It's called a mishap.
It's called he gets too cocky.
You've got so many people
This will
working
go in
behind
the end credits bloopers.
You've got so many people working behind the scenes, and we couldn't do this without a dedicated crew here at Millennial Movie Talk.
Best boy.
And sometimes they make mistakes, and they will be reprimanded for that severely, violently.
Oh
And,
no!
Whoa! Oh! This week in movie news. Wow, movie news. Oh, I'm shocked by that movie news. That was an interesting one. Thank you. There's so much movie news here. Wow, I hope we can get all this movie news done.
Was that a preemptive pull down?
So a little event happened over the weekend for everyone on the World Wide Web.
NBA playoffs.
No, that definitely didn't happen.
I mean, it's happening.
It did.
Oh, did it?
They are
Yep,
currently...
playoffs.
They started.
They started a while ago. Indiana Pacers have been swept by the Miami Heat. I am sad. I am dying.
Jazz lost a game today, but
They're still up.
4-2.
Man,
We're 3-2.
tells you how disconnected from the NBA I am at the moment right now.
So as of right now, I am now a Dallas Mavericks fan. Beat those Clippers. Yeah.
Hey,
But that's enough sport.
I am going for the Clippers.
Rude.
No, I'm going for the Jazz.
there was a different event that happened this week. It was the DC Fandome.
Marvel.
No,
Comic-Con.
DC Comics and their entire property of their entire business, from comics to games to movies to television.
Did any games get
Adult
announced?
Yes.
entertainment.
I didn't pay that much attention.
Didn't you? Oh, dude.
To adult entertainment.
What games got announced before you get into...
And
Gotham Knights, where you play as the Bat family after Batman dies.
Okay.
And Suicide Squad kill the Justice League.
Right.
And we'll be talking about the Suicide Squad in a minute because they were big players this time. Not really. They had announcements. Let's get into the major news that came out. Alex, hit us with the first one.
Who's not looking? You gotta...
How?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Robert Pattinson.
It's him. It's the Batman.
So,
I don't remember what the news was, but someone's been cast as Jim Gordon's partner.
Yes, exactly right. Barry Keoghan?
He's from Dunkirk. He's the one that hits his head and goes blind.
Oh,
Killed
yeah.
and dies.
Oh,
And he's going to be in
that big role.
He's going to be in Eternals as well. So that gets him in both big comic movie properties. Now we're going to... his name's Stanley Merkel. That's not a big name in comics from what I remember, per se.
Hick?
The man.
Stanley Merkel.
He's Hick.
Yep. Continuing on with the news that we got out of DC Fandome, Black Adam.
This movie's it's coming out, apparently. Closer than ever to coming out.
Wait, who's meant...
It's
Is it
gonna be-
Rock's that's meant
Yeah,
to...
it's so
Black
long.
Adam?
It's still going to be far away at this point.
Pretty
though.
sure this was announced before Shazam, and Shazam came out. And
Yep.
I feel like this is probably one of the things we talked about very early on in the show.
Definitely.
It's been a while.
Definitely. And The Rock has been all for it the
whole
entire
time, yeah.
time.
It's just not enough to free up his schedule, though.
As he introed the sequence, he...
The weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah,
I
can
hate the
we talk
intro.
about...
I hate that intro.
Can we just
It's
talk about
like-
the DC Fandome overall? Did you
it's
watch
just-
any of it?
I watched Matt Reeves talk about the Batman.
The fact that they just sent a green screen to everyone?
The Rock it was super weird. It was just like
No one looked correct.
It just panned around this big thing, and it's like, oh, we're in an Egyptian underground.
Yeah, but he's like floating on
and
a
then
green screen.
He's just standing there with his rock clothes on, like
He's
tank
just
top,
The Rock.
and
Just a tank
dressed
top.
in his like his Sunday leisure wear, and
his
he's
gym
just
clothes.
like, I've been waiting to make Black Adam for the longest time, and Black Adam doesn't play by anyone's rules for Black Adam, and it's just like, you go, Rock,
You get him, Rock.
keep making that
You
money.
explaining it just as awkwardly as this sounds.
They were like the
did.
trailer channel I have. They were like Black Adam trailer, and it wasn't. It was just The Rock explaining who Black Adam was with some concept art moving.
Yes, so we got moving concept art, and from that moving concept art, we got a confirmation that Noah Centineo is going to be Atom Smasher, who is a DC superhero. Noah Centineo, you might know from being a buff guy on Netflix. He's actually a pretty cool dude.
Swiped. It was in that. It was also in.
And
I don't know any.
the rest of the concept art revealed that Noah Centineo as Atom Smasher would be a part of the Justice Society. Justice Society of America, big players in the DC Comics
Are
world.
they just the discount Justice League?
They're like
Are they a
if you
political
think of-
version of Justice League?
yeah. If you think of like the
that's not
Avengers,
fun.
and then if you think of like the Avengers and then the X-Men, it's like they're both big superhero teams, but like
One's better than the other.
yeah. So Justice Society of America, they're like the old version of Justice League. And we got confirmation that we're going to be getting Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and someone else who I didn't write down. I forgot.
Heard of one of them. Oh, Adam Smasher was the other one.
Atom Smasher. He's like Giant Man.
Yeah, but he was the other one.
Yes.
Like that. It says an other on the news there. It's Adam Smasher.
Right. Yes. But
There you go.
I'm very excited for Dr. Fate and Hawkman and all of them to get the shit kicked out
I
of them.
only know who Hawkman is because it
Yep.
was in one episode of The Flash.
Dr. Fate is if Doctor Strange wore a helmet.
Right.
Sounds awful.
Yep,
Awesome.
that's all you need to know.
Awesome.
Moving on to the next thing. Aquaman 2.
Electric.
Dude, if that isn't the title, I'm going to be so disappointed.
Aquaman to the streets.
I don't think it's going to be having a title like that because James Wan did say that they're going to be aiming for a slightly more serious tone than the first.
This time it's personal.
That
There you go.
Does-
That's
that works. And we also got that Patrick Wilson's going to return as Ocean Master
Good. I like Patrick Wilson a lot.
because he was really cool as King Orm.
I like him in The Conjuring. I like him in Aquaman. And he's just a cool guy.
Yes.
I like Shazam 2.
Ooh.
We got some news from Shazam 2. Not really anything. They announced the title.
Fury of the Gods. Shazam 2. I liked the one. They had a bit of fun on
They
Twitter.
were playing around with this.
And the best idea that they didn't do was that it was going to be called Shazam 2, but the 2 would be 2 exclamation points. And they didn't do it. And I thought that's a perfect title for that movie.
That is actually that's a smart way
That
of doing
it's so
it.
good because the first Shazam had an exclamation point on the end, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because it's
just
like
putting
she's
a
shouting
second
it.
one
Yeah.
on there would be like, that's perfect. That's
Yeah.
such a, like, for that tone of that movie, just to call
It's
it
a very
Shazam.
It's like a smart way of going
And
about
you
it.
piss off all the theatre vendors because our ticket for Shazam 2, what?
You have to shout it.
Shazam!
Everyone has
With
to shout it.
Two exclamation.
I did see that the director also shared on Twitter as well a Photoshop he did of it was just the font like Shazam the first one's title, and then underneath it he wrote all the kids have facial hair now.
Did I include the news that Sinbad's in it?
No, you did. Sinbad, yes, you did.
Yes.
Right,
Sinbad's going to be in
Sinbad's
it.
going to be in it
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
because of an internet joke.
It's very, very ridiculous.
this has been a very awkward flowing news segment.
I mean, because it's literally me reading so much news that came out and us getting a reaction to it.
It's just
We're almost at the part where we can discuss shit.
Shazam.
I liked the first one.
I loved the first one. I thought
Yeah,
the
first one was
a
real
lot
good.
of fun.
The first one was great fun.
Thought it's
we
probably the better. I liked it more than Wonder Woman.
I haven't rewatched Wonder Woman since I saw it, so I can't really.
I liked it more than Wonder Woman. Not the best DCEU film, but not the worst.
Hey, Alex, what is the DCEU best film? Is it yet to come out?
It's not
Ma-
Justice
maybe,
League the first
Maybe.
time.
We don't know, but at the moment it's probably Man of Steel.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Followed by the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. Then Aquaman. No, then Shazam. Then Wonder Woman, then Aquaman, then Birds of Prey, and then Justice League. No,
Suicide Squad.
then then Batman v Superman theatrical, then Suicide Squad, then Justice League.
Oh.
Speaking of Justice League, some big news came out of this event. Justice League, the Snyder cut,
the biggest fan of it. This news.
will now be Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Justice
That's
League.
his official name.
That sounds.
Well, the trailer still
sounds
had
better.
hashtag the Snyder Cut. at the
Yeah,
end.
it'll still have that because that's what people know it by.
Yes,
Um,
because apparently all these toxic fans wanted this thing. That's bullshit. That all these people were calling the people who wanted the Snyder Cut toxic fans when they were the people who raised a lot of money to promote it, and also they raised like $300,000. Half of it went to charity. Half of it went to putting up signs in Times Square to get the Snyder
Which
Cut
is
out.
hilarious.
But they're
It's-
toxic. But they're toxic guys. They gave half the money to charity, but they're toxic.
It still boggles my mind that this is a thing that's happening in the world, and it's just
This gives me
it's
hope.
so interesting. So Mr. Snyder himself revealed that on HBO Max, which will also
Something we
be
do not have.
it'll also be coming to the world
Snyder
eventually
said,
in
Zack-
some way.
Zach said that.
Oh, your best mate.
Zach told me that they have plans to release it worldwide as well.
Good.
Yeah, but
It'd be a bit dodgy if they didn't.
it'll be available on there as a 4-part
I'm surprised
series
it's not on Vero.
and
I
and
didn't put it on Vero.
an hour each. So 4 parts, hour each, and then once you're done,
once it's out, like once all 4 parts are out, you can watch it as a movie.
you can
Okay,
watch it as
They
one
said
thing.
that.
And he also,
I'm impatient, so I will watch it in 4 parts.
I was going to say, I know you
but
will.
I
would.
also watch it many times if it's good.
You're so excited, aren't you?
Yep, I want to see a good movie.
Zach also,
I like Batman v Superman and I like Man of Steel, and I'm like, this is his trilogy. This is like if they fucked up Revenge of the Sith. Yep, I'm going with it. This is like if they fucked up Revenge of the Sith.
it's like if they put a different director in a Star Wars series.
They did.
Now,
But I don't think there's a JJ cut out there
no, there's not.
or a Trevor cut.
There is a Trevor. No, there's not,
Not
a
a
cut.
cut.
There's a script.
Apparently, people want a JJ cut, but I'm like, I think JJ had his arm twisted well before they started filming.
Easily. Now,
When
Zach
the mouse talks, you listen.
also teased that the Flash
holding him
will
Better make your movie.
exploring his little time powers. I'm sorry, that was too good. I love that.
Ray and Kyla better kiss what?
Is it just Mickey holding a gut like?
Yeah,
like,
have you seen the
100%.
episode of South Park where he's like torturing the Jonas Brothers? He's just like, you fuck it, it's better. Like, yeah, it's so funny. I love what?
So good. The Flash is going to use the Speed Force timey-wimey powers and probably time travel. It'll be cool.
Which I am excited for because the Speed Force sounds ridiculous, but it's kind of cool.
Yes. Now,
But
I'm also going to dive
they
into
still have his figure skater running.
yes.
He
His
can't
figure
get rid
skating.
of, but it's not. It looks a bit goofy, but he's like it was Ezra Miller's choice apparently that he just wanted to run like a figure skater.
I can see that. I mean, he's literally. It's like he's skating on electricity.
That's yeah. It was
That's-
his choice too, and Zack Snyder just went.
Sure thing, Ezra. You're
Go
cool.
for it, buddy.
Now, we don't have it in here, but also from The Flash, they didn't really announce anything at all, other than the fact that they're working on
Did
it.
I not include the Flash?
No,
news?
you didn't. But
Oh, because it's so old.
The Flash, they had a concept art that they showed.
Oh, because this got released ages ago.
Yeah.
Not the concept art. The news that
The
we haven't
news.
even spoken that Batfleck is Ben Affleck's returning to play Batman.
Yep.
Oh,
Ben Affleck is returning. He's going to be in The Flash.
Pivotal role too. Apparently, he's having a big role in it.
He's probably going to be responsible for
Probably
The Flash's new outfit.
He's probably playing Batman.
I assume he's playing Batman.
Nah, Michael Keaton's responsible for his new outfit apparently.
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah.
Which they showed in concept art of this new suit of his with him
Tell you what,
fighting alongside
The
Michael
Flash
Keaton's Batman.
went from being the biggest joke to now the most anticipated DCU film coming out
Because
interesting.
they said they're going to be utilizing the Flash movie.
to merge everything.
They're going to be explaining to the general audience, hey, we don't need it to be the MCU.
That's what I like. Okay, DC man, finally you get it.
They're making a
You
comeback.
get it. I feel like they're in the peak of their comeback. They haven't made a bad film in some time. Justice League was the last bad film.
What was that? 16?
Yeah, 17. So we look at their films since Justice League. We've had Aquaman, which was good. Had Birds of Prey, good. Shazam, good. Joker, great.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman came out before Justice League.
Okay.
Wonder Woman came out in 2016.
Wonder Woman 2's coming.
Wonder Woman 2 looks cool. They're doing the Batman, which looks sick. They're doing Flashpoint. I'm just going to call it Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Plus, it's got the
all
director
comes
from It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 behind Flashpoint, which is awesome.
That's a huge get.
And his wife, Andy Muschietti's wife, does a lot of stuff too for them. They're a great role as producer and husband. So
That's cool.
you listen to her talk in the It Chapter 2 behind the scenes stuff, and she's as passionate as he is. So yeah, very excited for him to be doing it. I don't care. I'm not like one of those people that's gonna be like, it's not a horror thing now. Better be a horror element. I don't give a shit. He's a good director.
Yeah. You don't have to make it a horror film just to prove that you're a horror director.
I reckon that we're gonna get more than the Batmans that we've got right now.
Oh yeah.
I only think one more is popping up. I think it's Patterson. I think Patterson will pop up.
Yeah.
It's Batman. I don't think Bale won't do it because Bale's beyond that. Apparently Bale's doing Thor 4.
Yeah, true. He does have a role in that.
Who else is Batman? Really?
George Clooney.
Clooney won't rock up because he's too much of a joke.
Kilmer.
Kilmer might rock up.
Kilmer could rock up.
You can't have
easy.
Adam West because he's passed away.
Yeah, you can't have... No, Kilmer. I reckon Kilmer's got a strong chance of popping up.
See, the fun thing they can do, though, is even if they can't get these actors to come back for
They
a
can
thing,
kind of use scenes
that
from...
100% while Flash is running through the Speed Force, he's going to see everything.
They also announced that it's confirmed because, Michael, you wouldn't know this, but when the CW did their Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover earlier this year, which was pretty cool. I watched it all.
They put so many characters in different worlds in there.
Ezra
What
Miller's,
show is this?
The Flash,
okay.
Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow,
Batwoman.
Okay,
Did
all
another-
that shit. They did a massive
Black
everything
Lightning.
crossover.
Constantine got a crossover. Fucking Luther got a crossover with it. But Ezra Miller popped up as the Flash in like the Justice League suit. And they've announced that that's canon in the DCEU now.
Yep.
And that's also how he got his name with the Flash. Because Grant Gustin mentioned that they're called the Flash. So that's how he knows they're called the Flash now.
Huh.
So cool.
So that's cool for the little CW fans like me.
Yeah. They also confirmed because of all of that, they were like, okay, so the CW did all of that so that they could combine all of their worlds. And they're like, and that's just a little section on the chart that is the DCEU. It's absolutely bonkers what they're planning. Now let's get into these trailers because that's the main part of the news that we got from each of the different
I'm trying to
announcements
think
and
if
shit.
there's anything else. I don't think there is.
I don't think there was much else. I think that's it. Now, trailers-wise. Wonder Woman 1984. Or Wonder Woman 84.
Okay, a little bit,
WW84.
A little bit of news on TV, really. It's that they announced at Fandom that Flash, what was meant to be the season finale is now going to be the series finale. The new season, was it premiere?
Right,
So what originally was going to be, because they had to cut it because of coronavirus, that next season
It's going to open with
it's going to open what was going to be the finale.
Okay.
Which normally Flash would start at the end of this year, like for October. It'll come back on. Not coming back on until next year now.
Okay. Cool.
So sad, but yeah.
Yes. And I think they also talked about Titans and stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch Titans.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Apparently it's really good.
I've heard it's just fun.
Yeah.
They popped up
don't
in
watch any
the
of them.
Crisis too.
They did. Now, Wonder Woman 84, we got a trailer. It's heavily focused on Wonder Woman and the fact that what's the actor's name?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine is back in some regard, and that Kristen Wiig is Barbara who becomes Cheetah.
Yes.
And they showed all of her character development.
I really wish they didn't.
Yep, they showed the whole thing
All of it.
from start to tip to top,
Head to tail.
Yep, it's a cheetah tail. And she's not a thin cheetah. I was expecting them to totally like sexualize her and stuff. No, she's fucking buff. Like she's gonna be a tough as fuck fight, which is cool. And again, Alex pointed out another CGI fight to end a Wonder Woman film.
that man. I really hope that's not the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
we'll
really,
see.
I really hope it's not.
I mean, it does look pretty
I like it.
yeah.
I like the look that
I
they're
like
going
the first
for.
trailer a lot better.
With the
that first one that
The
came.
first trailer sold me, so anything that comes up after that now, I'm just like, okay, I just want the movie.
Yeah.
The movie's meant to be out by now anyway.
Just stop giving me these. Just give me the movie.
I just want the movie.
that is true. It is meant to be out by now, but
As so many
Was it meant to be
things
August?
Before August.
We'll
Like,
be
meant to be July.
getting
okay.
it soon enough. They also didn't have a date attached to it, but there
It's
is
October.
yeah.
It'll be October.
So we got that.
Everyone's kind of seeing how Tenet's going to go. The new Russell Crowe movie Unhinged made $4 million
Really?
Okay.
in the American box office this weekend.
I completely forgot that movie came out.
Yeah, and SpongeBob was second again because Canada.
Yep.
And then the rest was, I'm pretty sure, was filled out with random movies and then library titles.
Yep.
Library titles are like older films that bring it back, like Bill and Ted and all that. Be interesting because Bill and Ted apparently comes out this Saturday in America, but it's doing a joint release on VOD and theaters, so we'll see how that affects it. Yeah, if Bill and Ted do really well, they probably would do Bill and Ted 4, but I don't think it's going to do that great because of everything.
I love that little
A short finance
section. Now we also got a weird look at James Gunn's The Suicide Squad.
The emphasis on the.
I believe there was a quote from someone in this weird, like, behind the scenes interview bonus features on a DVD type thing that they released, where someone said James Gunn is the best person to direct the Suicide Squad. And it's like, oh, that's a little weird to say, isn't it? A bit harsh on who did
David Ayer.
David Ayer did Suicide Squad.
Apparently, there's an Ayer cut out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Do you want to get everyone excited?
Don't want to start any campaigns or anything.
But
There's seemingly a lot of the directors themselves cuts.
Let's
Yeah.
be
out there.
honest. I would watch an Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It's probably
I think
better.
it would be
I would
better.
too.
Apparently, there's a lot of Joker that got missed out. Joker's the cyborg of the haircut.
True.
Yep, Cyborg was a much better character in the original one, apparently.
Which we'll be getting to in a sec.
I just want to talk about Justice League.
We're almost there. We're almost there. So Suicide Squad, we've got a billion different characters, a billion different actors, and the most dumbest D-list DC Comics
Polka Dot
characters. Polka Dot Man is going to be so good in this film. Michael, you're not even ready. No joke.
He was in the Lego Batman movie.
Polka Dot Man
was.
and Sean Gunn as Weasel.
Oh my god.
Weasel.
When that popped up,
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen this Suicide Squad thing, please go and watch it just to see the character Weasel.
it's
Portrayed by Sean Gunn.
it looks like. Do you remember that like iPod app Tom the Talking Cat or whatever? It looks like if that cat went and did some heroin or some shit for a while.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh my god. James Gunn's brother portraying the Weasel. Anyway, Alex, I've stalled long enough. Zack Snyder's Justice League.
So
if I had time, I would have watched Justice League before coming on here tonight.
Yep.
Because I didn't like this. I've watched this trailer like 20, 50 times. I'm so excited for it. The music choice, people think it's weird. I really dig it. I really dig it with the 4:3 ratio.
4:3 ratio I loved.
I look, man, this trailer did things for me. Things that touched me down deep. No one, I felt things I haven't felt in a long time, Michael. I am all aboard. Like, I keep talking to people, like friends that are superhero fans that like aren't too deep into this as we are. Like, we just know because we do this, so we know everything about what's going on.
Yeah, we're up to date on shit.
And like, I was asking, like, you guys keen for Snyder Cut? Did you see the trailer? And most of them like, we don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, why would we want to watch a longer version of a bad movie? I'm like, you don't understand. That was not his movie. That was the Justice League.
Justice League. This is the funniest thing to come
I
out
love
of Twitter.
that. Twitter and Reddit calling it Justice League is the best. And apparently I can say fuck Josh Whedon. Apparently that's okay.
That's true. Didn't Ray Fisher say that?
Yeah, Ray Fisher says he acted like, and there's an official, Warner Brothers have launched an official investigation into it now. Because apparently he was a dick. He was like abusive on set.
Oh shit. Okay.
And like,
Be interesting to see. I mean, Marv. I'm pretty sure Mickey would dick that shit down.
Oh yeah.
What?
100%.
I'll just do my Mickey impression now.
They'll
Sprinkle some money on top. Just
Well,
it'll be very interesting.
caviar
To see.
with my.
Do you want to run us through some of
Sorry,
the
I
little
want to
things
talk
that we
more
got?
about. I want to talk about some big things. First of all, just to open it up with Darkseid is like, Zach, man, you're doing things. This is this is big.
Not to get too graphic on this show, but Zach came out with the.
He came up with Thanos. He's just like, we're gonna. It's like
we're gonna open the Avengers trailer.
It's like
with
if Age of
Thanos.
Ultron was shit. and there's like a Josh Whedon proper cut of Age of Ultron out there.
Yep.
And and this trailer came out and it was just Thanos just punching someone and be like, okay, Thanos is in this.
Yep. It's like, hey, there's an entire another bad guy they fight in this film, but we're gonna show you the big bad first thing.
Yeah. So Steppenwolf. So I think. Shh. Talking about Justice League.
It's Wonder Woman's invisible jet.
It's English.
This episode has such weird energy.
All right, I wanna keep talking about Justice League here.
Yes.
Off you go, buddy.
I need this.
This is your soapbox.
Been waiting about this. Dude, like this is my trilogy that I've been waiting for. I love Man of Steel. Like I can say that. Like, I think I'm the only person in the world who appreciates Man of Steel on a level
I really like
that it should be appreciated.
Yeah,
on.
I like
you
Man of
love
Steel.
it.
I love Man of Steel. I really like the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman. I think that's a really solid.
I'm still
movie.
yet to watch it.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
it's almost 3 hours.
You've got it on Blu-ray, don't you?
Yeah,
Can I borrow it?
I'm gonna buy it in 4K. So,
Can I borrow your Blu-ray?
yes.
Cool.
Everyone can buy it. Hey. I've been thinking about doing this though. I don't want to hype everyone up, but Braden and I watched Man of Steel together. So I'm thinking about watching Batman v Superman with Michael and watching Justice League with Steph.
Nice. Sorry, Steph.
You get the better end of that deal with you and
do.
Steph. So yeah.
That's okay.
So I'm thinking
I'll
about
go with it.
So yeah. But Justice League. So we have Darkseid opening up with Darkseid. Then we see a lot more into the backstory of Cyborg. You know, you see him in the football game, which is stuff we've already seen.
Yeah,
in
first
other
trailer.
trailers. There's a few shots of Cyborg saving people. And I went back and rewatched the other Justice League trailer. That was in there, and even showed when he had a line where like he punched a car, and then he was like, "You might want to move out the way."
Damn, completely forgot everything from this original trailer.
Yes, I kind of just erased everything from my memory about.
I'm gonna look it up while you're talking about this new
So
one.
the craziest thing about the Justice League compared to Zack Snyder's Justice League is that the end battle, if you guys remember it, was all orange. The sky was orange and everything.
Yeah. I remember
In
that. Yeah.
the Snyder cut, it's not. Even in the trailers,
they made
it's
it
not.
really bright orange.
Yeah,
that was
so dumb. Also, really good song in that first trailer where it's come together.
Yes. Dude, that cover of Come Together, I fucking died when that came out.
It's a really good. It's a solid. Almost as good as Hallelujah. Which I love because I love Watchmen as well. I feel like I'm just a weird Zack Snyder fan that doesn't like 300 as much. Like I like all his other movies. 300 I enjoy, but I don't appreciate 300 at all.
I've really not watched 300.
Back to Justice.
just
Yeah,
like-
that's it. There, you might want to.
Yeah, wow, yeah. We got way more Cyborg in this.
That's just straight up talk about Flash in the Speed Force.
yes.
We got more Flash in this. Iris is in the film now.
yeah,
Iris
she
West.
was straight up there.
So yep, he said that, and we saw the scene. They didn't show that exactly, but in that original trailer that Braden's watching now, there's a scene where like the Flash slowly pokes his finger through the glass, but he's going so fast it shatters instantly.
Yes.
That's what we saw in the trailer. Sorry, I'm watching that now.
Sorry, yeah, I'll get off it.
Black Suit Superman. Now we know there's an alternate resurrection of him because there's a scene where he's flying on top of. He's like kind of hovering above all the buildings. You can see Lois look up. Him fighting Steppenwolf in the black suit. I'll be interested to see if any of the movie has normal suit Superman
Seeing that, it made me doubtful
because he
It
fights
made-
him at the end, and then at the end when they're waiting for the jet,
Yeah.
which the jet survived. We know that now.
Yes. I assume we don't see him in. I assume. What this could be working towards is if we are getting a Man of Steel 2 at some point in time, he's going to have a new suit.
I like his
I
suit.
really like the Man of Steel suit though.
Yeah.
I do.
I
It's a
love
good
the
looking-
design to
It's
it.
a good Superman.
I mean, I will admit when something's a dumb in movie. Yes, the S means hope. That's dumb.
Yes.
I will admit that. But it's funny when she's just like, "On our world is this." Apparently, it's like a winding river. Apparently, it means hope. Whatever.
Yep.
We just don't delve into that part.
That's all right though.
Ben Affleck is Batman. Tell you what, I feel like I'm one of the biggest advocates for Ben Affleck as Batman.
He's
I love
fucking
Batfleck.
So cool as Batman.
I'm so happy he's coming back. He's got my favorite Batman costume. I know Patterson's looks pretty dope. We'll talk about that soon. But I love it. His is such a comic accurate Batman
Yeah.
costume.
I'm all for the chunky bat
The
symbol.
chunky bat symbol's sick. He's a chunky Batman with a chunky bat symbol.
I love it.
Chonky.
Yeah, and we just see him straight up taking parademon shots. in
Oh
the
yeah,
arm.
to the arm, like full Wonder Woman style, like
So
deflecting
cool.
stuff with his arm.
Wonder Woman. There wasn't a lot more with her. There was her
wasn't.
with the little girl, which I don't remember from Justice League.
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
new.
I think it's weird because I feel like there's less Wonder Woman in this film now, kind of just because like she's getting her own second movie coming out.
I'm sorry. I can't wait until this comes out. So I will rewatch Justice League when this comes out too, because I want to dissect what was different and what's not. Superman, you can easily tell because there's a fake lip.
Was that because he was filming?
Mission Impossible?
Possible,
They
yeah.
would not let him shave the mustache. It's the best. I love. This is why
So-
I love Mission Impossible even more. That's why I love Fallout the most, because do you know how
Looks
But
cool.
that mustache in Fallout, you watch Fallout and you go, it was worth it. It's so good. And Paramount and Tom Cruise are just dicks, and I love it. I love it. It's such alpha energy.
when Zack Snyder's Justice League first drops and you watch that first hour, within the first 10 seconds, already the film's going to be way different.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you're
the
not
tone.
getting that camera footage on your phone
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, fuck. I forgot about that. Jesus Christ.
Like I
Yeah,
said, I
you
purged
see
my
the
memory
fake
of
lip
everything
instantly.
Do you
instantly.
remember it opens up with little girls going, Superman, Superman. Ah.
And then you see the CGI lip within a second.
It's so
I don't
bad.
remember. No.
Who the hell was in charge? I just remember the biggest problem with people with Zack Snyder's Superman was that he didn't save anyone. It was just like, okay, I'm sorry. I like him though. I love Henry Cavill, man. I mean, I want him as Superman forever.
He is a very
really
good
Superman. Ben
He's just got
Affleck-
the look as well. Like
one thing. I mean, they nailed with the DCEU was casting.
Yes.
You can't fault them 1 second on casting.
The casting is
yes, you can.
bonkers.
Yes, you can.
before,
Who are
like,
you? Who are you? Who?
I'm a big fan of Batman v Superman, but Jesse Eisenberg maybe
As
wasn't
Lex
the
Luthor.
right choice.
Dude, I'm so on board for Jesse Eisenberg.
He's got
I
like
like
the,
him.
End of the film.
He's got,
his
like, the
Lex
crazy
Luthor is
side of-
amazing.
I like
He's got the
him.
crazy side of Lex.
I've
Luthor.
always been an advocate for him. As when he got cast as Lex Luthor, everyone went no, and I went, oh man,
when they were
it's
going
interesting.
when they just straight up gave him hair.
Yeah, they gave him all the hair. I think it was at the end of the day, he's very much a standout in the movie because you look at him, and you go, okay, this guy's really doing a lot here.
Yep. It's a lot.
with like
I like his plan. Oddly,
Yeah.
his plan is the most convoluted thing in the world. It's if you look at his plan, I think Screen Junkies on Australia BBS they did a really funny breakdown of his plan, which like all these steps. It's really funny, but yeah, with the grandma's peach tea, which is just piss in a jar.
But like in saying like Henry Cavill was like your like bet like the best Superman like ideal
Christopher Reeve is the best Superman.
best Super- but like with like, when it comes to like Batman's like I feel like I don't know comics that well but like from what I've heard and what you see with all the movies they're all slightly different the Batmans.
I
Yeah.
like the Batman.
Can you do Superman like that? Is there like these different variations of Superman?
No, because he's a Boy Scout. You can't have Superman straight up murder people.
Yeah.
It's really, I think the two differences you can see with it is literally between Christopher Reeves and
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
Yeah,
I
like
kinda-
the two shining. Are they like the two?
I don't mind.
Has there been any others that aren't them?
Brandon
Like,
Routh.
That was Brandon Ralph.
Who was Christopher Reeve
We
Superman?
were going to get Nicolas Cage.
We're gonna get Nicolas Cage.
No,
We've also got the one from. Have you seen the photos of Nicolas Cage as Superman?
I'm going to find it for you,
Fucking
Michael. You're in for a
ridiculous.
treat right now.
It's honestly, you look at it and you went, "How did this movie get like almost made?"
When was it meant to be made?
Well, it's Tim Burton's Superman.
This is not a joke. That's the
That's it there. That's it there.
that's the
How
costume test.
bad does it look?
I've seen the suit before. I feel like I've seen the suit on a toy. It looks it's the Superman with the Superman has to have
The
like that
long hair.
nice
He
the
needs
nice
the
comb
curl.
over-
He needs the curl.
the curl in the front, the nice comb over on the top, like just a nice groomed hair.
Well, I
Nick
mean-
Cage with this long hair. Just
There's a really interesting documentary about that movie. It's called "The Death of Superman Lives."
Yeah.
It's like how long ago was it meant to be? Is it
It was meant to be
90s.
90s or 2000s.
Yeah, it's Tim
wasn't
Burton. So what was I talking about? But also the guy who plays Superman on the CW is not bad too.
it? Yeah, I really like him
Like,
actually.
he's in he was in Palm Springs.
Was he in Palm Springs?
Yeah, he played the groom.
Ooh. Oh yes, he does too. I do remember that
yeah.
from the trailer. Anyway, the Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut.
We almost finished talking about the trailer and everything. We got very.
Do you guys have anything else you want to mention?
I mean, like,
I think you covered it.
I like
more Cyborg.
Yeah, I'm like I've said, I've kind of purged my mind of the Justice.
What
I've
the
not
original
watched
film
it since
was.
I've seen it. I'm gonna definitely watch this. Looking at the trailer, it looked like I don't know. It gets me excited. Like when I first saw it, like I was
It's a
excited.
very hype trailer.
Like I said earlier, like as a with cartoons as a kid, I never watched any like Marvel ones. So I never watched Spider-Man. Or, like, I watched a little bit of X-Men.
Yeah.
But like they're not in the MCU. So
Yeah.
But like I watched Justice League
Justice League
a lot.
for us in like the 2000s. Dude,
I
that Justice
had-
League cartoon was so good.
I had that long like silver ship with like the two like beams on the side. I had one of those with like the toys and everything. Like I really liked Justice League as a kid.
I was always Batman fan growing up as a kid. I like Batman. I didn't
the Batman cartoons.
Toys, cartoons.
Yeah.
I was Spider-Man for Marvel, Batman for
Spider-Man
DC.
for Marvel.
But we didn't have. I feel like we didn't have a lot of exposure to Iron Man or like the Avengers.
No,
like,
no.
I think you're right. Where we
Yeah,
had the
we-
Justice League,
It
we
wasn't
had
something they did.
Batman, and we knew Batman.
Yeah. Like as a kid, you know Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Like I didn't like other than coloring books that I had as a kid. I wouldn't have been exposed to Captain America, Iron Man, or any.
Spider-Man because there were those great Spider-Man versus Hulk versus Spider-Man versus.
Well,
Yeah,
the reason, the only
one-shot
reason,
DVD.
the real
cartoons they
reason
did.
like I knew Spider-Man was the Sam Raimi ones.
Absolutely.
And-
Man, Spider-Man 2, best superhero movie ever made.
And then but like other than those
I think
and like
there's
a
a
couple of
hero in all of us.
cartoons, it was literally Justice League and X-Men are like the ones I had.
So
I
it'll be
didn't-
nice for you to have a
X-Men,
Justice.
Did not know X-Men
League
at first.
There was an X-Men like cartoon that I used to watch all the
So,
time. I never watched the movies
pretty-
until we watched them.
Pretty sure that the first exposure I ever had to X-Men was X-Men 3: The Last Stand. No, but I got scared because the first thing I ever saw was that kid shaving his wings off,
Oh,
which was
That was
horrifying.
fucking horrible.
And then I went, nah, I never watched any of it. And then the first X-Men movie I saw properly and in theaters was X-Men Origins Wolverine.
oh yikes!
Big yikes.
Should I
I
say
remember
again?
first X-Men film I watched was 2. Holy fuck! That opening scene. Me as a little kid, I was just like, "This is awesome."
So yeah, no, I was much more Batman.
Yeah, bless.
Yeah,
Spider-Man, yeah, absolutely, Raimi Spider-Man.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump back to the DC Fandome news and everything. Last one. Here we go.
Justice League. Are we done?
The
I
Batman.
mean, closing statements on Justice League.
Very
quickly.
excited. It's either going to be amazing or disappointingly bad.
Really
I don't
long.
think it's gonna. I feel like it's I want to say it's going to be better than what Justice
It
League
will be.
was.
It will be a proper movie this time. It won't feel.
It is still. It still has this weird energy about it where it's 4 hours long.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like at this point, like he's
strap
trying to
me in.
stitch together like everything that didn't
like
get included.
But
the fact that there's 4 hours,
He's going to
there's-
flesh out everything. We're going to get so much about Cyborg and the Flash because this is the first time we ever saw those characters. And they were just like, this is. They might as well done what they did in Suicide Squad. This is Cyborg.
like hit the fact that there's probably over 5 hours at least of footage that wasn't even used. Like we're gonna get a lot of new stuff, I think.
This is Katana. She's got my back. I advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
I'm just gonna say.
Just the first part of that. This is Katana.
She's got my back.
So for comparison, The Godfather Part 2 and Lord of the Rings Return of the King are 3 hours 20 minutes.
But are they episodic?
no, they are not.
Justice League is.
But then you're gonna watch it as a full thing.
Here's the thing. Yeah, absolutely.
What's the pacing gonna be like if it's 4 separate things?
Don't care. Don't care. Here's the thing, though. I feel like if it was not going to be episodic like this, this movie, he was not going to release 4 hours. If he got all of his way, if he got his own... I mean, have you heard that he hasn't seen Justice League?
Really?
Zack Snyder has
He
not
refused
watched
to watch
Justice
it.
League.
I mean, actually, I'd be salty enough to not do
And
that
he
if I was
thought
him.
he thought they were fucking kidding with him. They thought it was they were joking around when they said it needs to be under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or cut back to 2 hours. He thought they were joking.
Yeah, because that is pretty bonkers.
How long would it be if he never got
If
cut
it got
from
released
it?
in theaters, I feel like it would have been 2:45. Yeah, maybe pushing 2:50. I reckon that's what they would have done. But
So he still would have had like a fair bit cut out, but it would have been a bit more
I
fleshed
feel like
out.
because he's got so much, and he's putting like 30 mil
Yeah.
into this.
We're literally getting double the Justice League.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Oh.
All right, let's move on.
All right.
The
And
Batman.
yet, funny enough, double the Justice League, and none of the reshoot, the Whedon footage will be in
Which
it.
is really weird.
All right.
The Batman. Fucking perfect song choice.
We're back on Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson, ladies and gentlemen. He's here. Well, he's
Shit,
not
we
here.
got to review Tenet.
Yeah, you guys do. This is going to be a long episode. So we got the Batman, Riddler, main bad guy. I'm getting Hush vibes. Fucking Riddler looks
So was
dope.
that Riddler at the start taping that? Okay, yep, cool. Because like when I think of Riddler, I can only associate it with
think
the
it-
cartoon with the
yeah.
dude with the question mark green suit.
It's
Top
it's
hat.
interesting
Top
to
hat,
see
yeah.
him not be such a flamboyant
yeah.
out there design.
I'm glad that we're getting a different take on the Riddler. I'm sorry, I like
he-
Jim Carrey, but I don't
Okay,
like
yeah.
Jim Carrey's Riddler
Which one is he in?
forever.
Forever.
Okay, I've only seen the one with Arnie in it.
It's the best
yes.
one.
Batman and Robin.
That's the only one I haven't seen.
We need to get you to watch that.
Poison
still.
Ivy.
Bane. All I know is that every time Bane does something, he'll say his name.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Paul Dano's playing the Riddler. They've pretty much confirmed that Riddler's going to be the main bad guy of the movie, which is awesome. This looks like Batman meets Seven. Like it could be.
I've seen
It looks really dark as well. Like,
It looks like a detective movie, which is what we should get. We need something different.
well, I
And it
mean,
looks
like literally, the opening scene is like you don't get like picture him as much, but you see him like the shoes walking around, like just they're asking like,
so-
what's going on here? It's not
biggest
just
new-
straight up.
Fucking
Like,
love
from
that.
finding out from watching, because Matt Reeves is directing this movie.
Yeah.
Matt Reeves did Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and Wolf of the Planet of the Apes. Two movies I really love.
good movies.
Apes franchise is the only franchise I think
It's consistent the whole way through.
better. Each movie's better.
All right, that's fair.
I'm trying to think of another one that is like that, but it's not Lord of the Rings peaks at Fellowship.
They stay consistent. Like it peaks, but then it's still consistent.
Star Wars drops down at Return. Yeah, so these I reckon is the only trilogy that gets better. I don't know, Justice League. We don't just. So everyone go watch the Planet of the Apes films. You haven't watched them.
They're great.
But this guy's doing Batman now, and I think he was attached to direct when Batfleck was still doing it. Because this movie was originally not like the script, but Ben
The
Affleck,
idea.
A Batman film.
with Ben Affleck writing and directing a Batman film,
Yeah.
and then it got throughout his script, brought in a new director stuff, and Paul Dano is playing the Riddler, which is interesting. I like Paul Dano a lot. He was in Prisoners. He's also. Have you all seen Luminous Sunshine?
I have seen it. Yeah.
You know the kid that doesn't talk and wants to join the army.
Yeah,
Air Force,
yeah.
That's him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
He's
Also in
great.
There Will Be Blood, Wildlife, bunch of stuff. I've seen him in some stuff. He's cool.
Oh yeah. No, I recognize the face.
He's
yeah,
great in Prisoners. Everyone watch Prisoners.
Fun fact, someone on Twitter has already answered the riddle.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's great. I love it.
He still lies.
But yes, just you go.
Sorry, I totally went off topic. My point was that Matt Reeves did a 20-minute discussion interview thing before dropping the trailer, which is crazy because they've only filmed 25% of the movie.
When
Oh,
they
really?
said that, is buck wild that this
looks
trailer
finished.
is only 25% of this
the movie.
film.
So there we go. No spoilers, apparently.
It's insane.
But he said that this is taking place in year 2 of Robert Pattinson being Batman. So he's been Batman for about a year and a half, he said.
That's good.
which-
At least we're not getting like another origin sort of.
No, but like you can tell that he's still trying to work everything out. You look at the Batcave; it's still
It's
like
very empty.
under construction.
Yeah.
No.
I had a bunch of screenshots on my computer, of everything we saw.
He also said
Boots,
from that.
and they just look like normal boots.
Yeah, they're just fucking Doc Martens, basically. Now, Matt Reeves also did say that Gotham PD show
It's
they're
gonna be
working
year
on,
one.
that's year 1.
It's year 1 and them going. There's, it kind of looks like people still like these thugs don't know in the thugs in the trailer don't know who Batman is.
Yeah.
It's going to be working. I think. Well, I mean, it's interesting. It's really cool because it's Batman on like he's in the crime scene.
Yeah.
and there's cops around, so obviously he's working with them. Which
We're
means
finally getting a detective Batman.
I mean, like, it doesn't skim, like, we don't see, like, a heap of violence, but, like, when
you do, though.
when like,
people were thinking it's going to be our first R-rated Batman film.
I'd be down for that. Because, like, that dude doesn't recognize me, and he just fucking pounds it. And it sounds like he hits him enough to kill him.
Joker being a smash hit, making a lot of money, is possibly the best thing to happen.
Yeah.
because that was R-rated, and now
It was R-rated and it was dark.
Yeah, and it
Whereas
made money.
Deadpool was R-rated and funny.
funny. So people thought they were going for the comedy. Joker made a lot of money, dark,
Yeah.
R-rated. So now they're like, if we make an R-rated Batman film, just make it like not like dark in tone, but like violent and like gritty. sick. People are gonna come see it.
A
And we
gritty,
will.
dark.
I feel
Because
like
when
people are going to
he-
stop restraining themselves as much.
When he beats the
out of that thug.
out of that thug, which looks like Joker thugs, oddly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
One
funny.
of them's even got the.
They are, I believe they are penguin thugs because
Sick, that's
penguins. This is complicated because when they were doing it, they were like, "Oh, penguin's kind of he's a bit like deformed and stuff. Let's give him circus freaks."
Yeah.
And then, but also Joker's got clowns, so circus freaks and clowns are very similar in design.
That segue over to Penguin. I don't think.
who we didn't even fucking recognize.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell is playing Penguin, and when that shot came up in the trailer, the whole internet went,
Wild.
"Is that Penguin?" And then it's like that is they were like, "Yeah, it was. Is that Penguin?" And then later they had to be like, "Yes, that is Colin Farrell as Penguin." The makeup artist came out and said, "It is him."
It's insane.
He needs an Oscar because that looks nothing. It looks real,
Yeah.
and nothing like Colin Farrell.
I'm
Costume design
excited
and
to
makeup,
see
SFX and stuff.
Penguin.
They have already
Have
won.
we had Penguin in any?
Yes, Danny DeVito
forever.
as Penguin
Danny DeVito.
Okay, cool.
returns
What did I say?
forever.
I was just thinking about Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones.
Batman Forever returns. You got me saying it now. Oddly, probably
You really liked
in
it.
my top 3
I
Batman.
see. Like,
films.
how out of those like
Crazy-
those ones,
crazy
how many
movie.
are in that group? Like Forever Returns.
Batman
There's
Forever.
4.
So
So
There's
Batman and
original
Robin.
Returns,
there's the 2
Forever,
Keatons.
Batman and Robin.
So yeah, there's the 2 Keatons, Kilmers, and Clooney's. Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney.
Yep, there you go.
KKC.
So
Okay.
I've only seen the one out of the 4.
Yes. But yeah, dude,
Which one have you
this
seen? Oh, Returns.
this film, like, I love this seeing him walking around in the crime scene and interacting just casually
Oh,
with everyone.
Jeffrey Wright is Jim Gordon too.
Yes. Oh, dude, he looks excellent.
The one little detail that we did talk about when we watched the trailer, the eye makeup still remaining when
Thank
he takes the.
you. No, but everyone's taking the piss out of him now.
Yeah,
Everyone is
He
making-
did make the joke. He looks like My Chemical
Gerard
Romance.
Way.
Everyone's just like, when I was
Yeah. Young boy.
Yeah, I, honestly,
Parents.
I'm so on
shot
board
in
for it.
the city.
Incredible. But,
But yeah.
Father.
it's so good. I'm so on board for it. We heard a little bit of Paul Dano's Riddler.
So
We heard a little bit of Circus
yes, as Alfred. We saw Zoe Kravitz as,
as
Catwoman.
who is clearly in her early days as well.
They said that, and Penguin's in his early days. He's not a big.
He's not a
mob-
big time mob
Yeah,
boss or anything.
And
got some
Riddler's just
thugs.
a fucking serial killer.
So this is an interesting thing. I wanted to get into this. So people are looking at this. There's been a lot of people having a lot of theories and discussions and everything.
Yeah.
They're thinking, while Riddler is crazy, clearly, because there's a dead guy who he kind of mutilates and fucks up
Yeah.
and makes a riddle. And there's another time when he gets a crazy guy to drive a car through a fucking funeral. He's clearly insane. People think that he's actually helping Batman to uncover what's really going on.
Yeah, because they're thinking City of Owls.
They're thinking there's a larger,
Is it City of Owls?
yeah, rich person conspiracy.
That's what people are thinking. I've
So
read
Riddler's
this.
not exactly,
He might be being posed as the bad guy,
but like he's trying
there's a
to
bigger
help in his
conspiracy
own
going.
way.
But I mean, if he's
Maybe.
still murdering people,
He's still
a
bad, yeah.
guy.
Exactly.
But like he's trying to uncover
Yeah.
like what's happening.
It's gonna be interesting because it kind of feels like at the moment, we went through a phase. I mean, you look at the cast and the characters. There's a lot of villains here at the moment.
They have
And
thrown
now-
everyone in.
Yeah, and now if they're thinking about doing the court of Owls. City-
Yeah,
Is it
Court of Owls.
I was saying City before, wasn't I? If they're thinking about doing the Court of Owls, that's a lot too. Then.
Yeah,
And for a first time Batman to throw the Court of Owls in there,
I have
that's
no
like,
idea what they are.
it's like I'm pretty sure in one interpretation his parents were a part of the Court of Owls.
Yeah,
weren't
it's a whole.
Is
it's
it some
so-
secret society?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
secret
okay.
society
Of rich people.
underneath Gotham. A bunch of rich people, child assassins. It gets fucking
Yeah, look,
weird.
I
It's
feel
a lot
like-
if they put
I
that
feel
in there
like
first.
just having Riddler and Penguin
And Catwoman.
and Catwoman. That seems like enough. Like
Also,
you don't
it's
need
a nice
crayons.
blend because it's not Joker.
yeah, you're not putting your absurdly big ones in.
I don't think I want Joker. I don't want a Joker in this shit. Oh, there's
I've already
have to have
seen
a little
people
crossover.
doing fan art and
Johnny- they
shit
want
of
Johnny
Johnny Depp, Willem Dafoe, like.
Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
Yeah, no, don't do that to Willem Dafoe.
But
Willem
again, these are all like
Dafoe.
obvious choices that I don't want.
It's How Much Mother.
But yeah, dude,
Willem.
the Batman looks sick, and fucking Nirvana as the song was perfect. I think that sums up
It's no Hallelujah though.
everything. It is no hallelujah.
I mean, quickly can I didn't watch either of these trailers. I saw, from one of the two, Enola Holmes.
Oh yeah, Enola Holmes came out.
Enola Holmes trailer this morning.
I saw a
Henry
picture
Cavill again.
I saw a picture of Millie Bobby
Sherlock
Brown on
Holmes now.
Reddit. Like, obviously, it was just like a still picture.
She
Looks interesting.
she talks to camera. She breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah,
And then-
This movie looks fun.
And then the other one is Death on the Nile.
Definitely no.
We saw Murder on the Orient Express.
Okay, so every fucking piece of movie we brought in has DC connections because Gal Gadot's in this movie.
Yep.
Gal Gadot.
Look, I
Gal
like
Gadot.
Murder on the Orient Express was
It's all right.
an alright time.
It passed the time. I've never watched it again.
It was interesting at the time.
Yep.
But that's I guess I'm interested to see how this goes, but it's not. I'm not like falling head over heels for it.
It might be better.
I think this currently has the same exact thing for me with Murder on the Orient Express, where I looked at it and went, "Wow, look at that cast!"
Yeah.
and then I never watched
Well,
it.
Leslie Odom Jr. was in Murder on the Orient
Yeah.
Express. Funny thing, I thought he was in this one and not in Orient Express. I got it mixed up. Keep getting the cast mixed up.
Yeah, no. With this
Russell
one,
Brand looks weird in this movie.
we get Russell Brand, we get Dawn French, we get Gal Gadot, we get Letitia Wright, Armie Hammer,
Yep.
and
Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh, a couple of other people as well.
Yeah,
but
everyone.
like, just
Oh,
ridiculous.
and
And sorry, Death on the Nile as well. I believe we also get the main girl from Sex Education on Netflix, which is a really good show.
Huh.
That's my little recommendation.
Alrighty. Well,
I
I
think
think finally finishes news.
That
and
finishes the news
God,
trailers.
an hour into the show.
Get us over into the what we've been watching, Alex.
Who wants to go first?
I'll
do
quick-
do we quickly want to do something about Tenant?
Quickly
I'll
say,
say- I'll
we're
quick-
going to do Tenet
Do
as
Tenet
our
last.
main thing.
I'll
As
quickly
last.
quick fire because I only watched one other thing other than Community.
Go.
The Imitation Game.
Ooh,
We
good
watched that
movie.
the other
Good
night.
movie.
I really do enjoy that movie.
It's got a good poster.
You not seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
It's a good movie.
It's just, like it's a good
Keira Knightley's gorgeous. Benedict Cumberbatch is gorgeous.
He does a really good job in it.
Very nice. Very nice.
Beautiful man.
Michaela and I have almost finished Umbrella Academy season 2. We're almost there. Got 2 episodes to go.
Do you like it?
I
better than
am
season
actually
one?
really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. More DuckTales season 2, almost finished with that as well. I watched the homework, obviously. I haven't seen Tenet because I thought I was going to be able to go see it today, but nope, comes out tomorrow. You guys went to the advanced screening. I felt really dumb. But I did sit down and I watched Straight Outta Compton finally.
Which one?
I've still never seen this.
What do you mean?
This director's cut.
I watched the one that was available for rent on PlayStation Store. I assume that's normal.
Probably.
I didn't know there was
Director's cut's
extended.
better.
I didn't know there was. I would have
good.
watched that.
It's good.
Well, it was a fucking good movie anyway. I
Yeah,
really
no,
loved
Straight Outta
it.
Compton's sick.
Yeah,
I like the credits.
It's
I
a
watched
really
the end
good.
credits so many times.
It's a really good biopic, and everyone in it portrays their real life counterparts incredibly well.
especially Ice Cube.
Well, I mean, yeah, his literal fucking son.
Yep.
But yeah, it was fucking dope. Absolutely loved it. Now,
thought-
you guys
Sorry.
talk about Tenet.
Do I not get to say what I've been watching, Braden?
Yes, he does.
Oh, well, Tenet's like your main thing, but yeah,
I watched The Disaster Artist again, Braden.
of course.
Because I had to say something about The Disaster Artist.
Really?
When I went into rewatching The Disaster Artist, I'm going to turn this into a whole thing. I'll get right up close. When I went into watching The Disaster Artist again, I was like, I came in with the assumption that this was the what made the movie funny was just him playing Tommy Wiseau and then all the celebrities in the movie. And I forgot how oddly heartfelt this movie is.
Oh yeah.
I feel so bad for him at the end when everyone's laughing at his movie.
Because it's like it's not
this
a
movie. This movie.
it's not comedy. He says something along those lines.
This movie is inspiring as fuck.
It is like you generally
It's not
feel
comedy.
his
That
passion.
shot of him crying.
It's so sad.
You because you genuinely because it's like his story. Like you genuinely feel the heart and the passion he put into this movie. Like yeah, it's not
'Cause
a
you're
great
connected
movie,
to
him.
but
You'll
you
talk behind my back.
but it's like oh.
Yeah, I just wanted to find the image of when he's crying at the end because it's really sad.
Yeah, it's just such an uplifting ending too. When they're just they're still friends to this day. The movie's turned a profit.
Yeah, which is
From being a cult
bonkers.
classic.
I like this movie. I feel like my dad would enjoy it if he gave it a chance, but it's a lot to get over because you don't think this guy's real. Anyway, I also watched some things. I watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. I watched Inglourious Bastards. I'm rewatching Atlanta at the moment. Nearly finished rewatching.
very
Atlanta.
nice.
Love Atlanta. Everyone should watch Atlanta. It's awesome. I finished Parks and Recreation, which oddly gets very sad at the end. And
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey, I rewatched. It's exactly the same.
I liked it.
I like it. It's fun. I think I give it 3 out of 5. It's what it deserves. It's just fun.
It's fun.
Time goes by, and it's always charming to watch Margot Robbie play Harley Quinn.
True. That's
All
why
right.
they're basing the entire
let's
DCU around it.
The big thing that we watched, the first new movie we have
I
seen.
can cut my hair. I haven't, but I can.
in
Ladies and
months.
gentlemen, this is a review. We think?
Kind of.
Review.
Now, boys, you've seen Tenet.
did.
Christopher Nolan's
to
new
keep in
epic.
track and in theme with the movie, I'm going to do the review like this.
Okay,
All
so
right.
before we get into the
Let's
really
talk about the main.
distorted,
Okay, the
muffled
main
review.
issue with the movie is
You can't hear a thing.
there's so much, like in quite a few of like, especially important like story
Yeah.
building scenes. It is like really muffled, like or drowned out by the background noise.
Yeah.
Like the opening one, there's gunshots and like people are having a conversation.
They're wearing masks too, which doesn't
yeah,
help.
and it's just
Because they understand COVID.
another Robert Pattinson movie.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson.
It's the Patterson. I liked him in this movie.
So did I.
He's very charming.
I was talking to my friend yesterday about the movie, and I'm like, after watching Tenet, I can now happily say I no longer see Robert Pattinson and just think of Twilight. Like I looked at him in this, like as I was watching this movie, like I like him.
Yeah.
I
He
like.
was very, very charming in this movie.
Yeah.
He's actually quite a charming person. He's very down to earth.
Now, what do I think Tenet's about? I think it's about a group of people trying to stop World War III from happening. And
Yeah.
Think.
But,
Kenneth
like-
Branagh's a bad guy.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like there was something built in the future, but now it's in the past, and if they assemble,
That's how Tenet works.
yeah,
Things from the future.
come back
now
to the
in the
past.
past.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I just. Oh.
It's.
I had a
deeper than-
revelation, and now I understand more of Tenet.
But like, yeah,
but you can't talk about it because of
Can't
spoilers.
talk about Tenet.
Okay.
but yeah, but
Now I'm.
I'll say it's
really
the action-
interested.
Just ask us questions. I can't talk about.
Okay,
I can
so-
answer your questions. I
yeah.
just can't word this.
Let's go break it down piece by piece. Now,
Act 1.
no, not act one. I don't want an actual like plot diagram. Run through the cast. I want to know who was good. What were the standouts?
well, Robert Pattinson was like really good.
Here's the thing. No one was bad, but most of them didn't stand out.
How was John David Washington though?
Good.
He was-
good.
Is he the main character you follow
Yeah,
still?
well,
Yeah.
he's called the protagonist. He doesn't have a name. His name is the protagonist.
Protagonist.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, like he was like just as good. Like he still has the exact same like voice as he did. Like obviously didn't change his voice, but like I could still hear
Are
his
you sure?
character from Black Klansman. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when he pronounced like. Obviously, it's the way he pronounces words, so, but like I could clearly like if I
It was
when I
Ron
heard
Stallworth. I could still hear Ron Stallworth.
yeah, I can. Yeah,
I nearly said Ron Stallworth.
I think for someone who hasn't watched a lot of things like until we've started watching Robert Pattinson things, I never really watched him anything. So for me,
Did we all hear that?
yeah, I know.
Oh.
I'm not sure if it's just in our headphones though. We'll see.
I thought he was a standout for me because he's not what I thought he was going to be like.
Okay.
He was a lot better than I personally thought. So like he stood out to me.
Yeah, he had a much bigger role than I thought he would have too.
Yeah, he ends up being like sort of like yeah. He ends up plays a bigger part than you think at the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
So, ask me more questions.
Okay. I mean, it's very difficult to not just ask about why the fuck the audio was fucked up. Was this a thing that was a cinema thing from what you've seen online?
From a lot of reviews.
I read
lot
a
of
review
Reddit
and
people, everyone says it was really hard to hear.
Okay.
And that apparently that's been like from what I read has dragged some
Yeah.
people's opinions down a lot.
I mean,
Well,
it's still getting very high
Here's the
reviews.
thing, I haven't really rated it because I was like, I need to give it another chance. I need to be able to watch it and hear.
I very much enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
And from like it is quite a convoluted story. Like you
It's
either have
very-
to it probably made it worse because we couldn't hear all the scenes.
Yeah.
But like even from what we could hear, you had to like kind of listen and mentally puzzle it. And it's like if you're not like there to
If you're
do
not
that, or
switched
you
on.
check out
What-
for like a second and start paying attention to something else that's happening.
I felt that way, but in the first half of the movie, I had to work hard to follow it.
Yep.
But then something happens halfway through, and then I was just on board.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There was definitely parts like I kind of flowed in and out. Like that first half, they don't really explain it much.
No, there's
they
not
kind
a lot
of
of
that
explaining.
you do go in pretty blank,
Yeah.
and then
They-
you start kind of gathering what happens. Then
Is it kind of like what's in the trailer? Like where
Very much so.
it's like, okay, we're just throwing you into this world where suddenly time's kind of fucked up.
Because he's tossed into it too, so he doesn't really know what's going on, and then they kind of
we follow him. He's not a part of Tenet when we start the movie.
Okay,
is this
cool.
spoilers?
No, that's not spoilers. That's trailer stuff.
and then
I won't reveal why it kicks into gear in the last.
No, that seems like a spoiler, so we won't go into
But
that.
like I flowed in and out of like something happened and I kind of understood. Then like there was like a minor detail that made me question that, but then I understood it again. And I guess on a base level, I guess I can kind of follow it. But
mainly the only thing that was confusing me was like, for the first time, I was like, what are they doing? I was just like,
You're like, what's their purpose right now?
yeah, exactly. I was just like, it was hard to hear because they'd be like, we have to find out where this bullet is from, but we have to find the supplier. It just a lot of
it's a
this
lot of
person
this
to
to
this
this,
person to
yeah.
this
yeah,
person.
it literally jumps from like location to location to meet the bad guy, and that's kind of. And then once you've met him, it starts kind of pieces start coming together.
As soon as you meet, I feel like as soon as we met Kenneth Branagh and Elizabeth Debicki, who was also good in the film, she holds a lot of the emotional. Nolan films are normally void of emotion.
Yeah, they're normally
bit.
just big set pieces.
He really went for it in Interstellar though. But in this, she kind of holds the big emotion part of the movie. Her story arc's fine. It's good. I like it. I mean, I really, really enjoyed the last half of the film.
But we can't talk about it.
Say the action in this film,
it's great.
Is really good because quite a bit of the action scenes have like I don't want to
timey-wimey stuff.
Yes, there's lots of
like
there's a really fucking can I say this
well no which where are they
the final
battle.
You can just say the final battle.
Perspectives of it.
So like the whole I guess this isn't much of a spoiler is the whole thing is like with the things like from the future, it's not like they're like just in the present, they're moving backwards through time. So that's why like the bullets come back
is that
and
a
stuff.
spoiler?
I mean, that kind of is the vibe you get from the trailer.
Yeah.
So
it's just so like the
Maya would spoil it.
but like it's hard to talk about these scenes without saying
we'll put a disclaimer over.
Yeah. But if
so
you,
like it like
if
most
you play
action
this
scenes
entire review in reverse,
It will make no sense.
like
Like Tenet.
quite a few of these action scenes incorporate like the things moving back and like
Cool.
everything happening, which is like a really cool aspect because you get the two perspectives.
Yes.
And
makes for incredible visuals.
like because like there was one scene where like you watch it happen and then like you kind of see the reverse of it happen afterwards, and you kind of understand why things were in the places they were.
Gotcha.
On the way through.
Cool.
So yeah, that's when you start piecing things together.
That does sound really cool. I do like that.
It does. It's really. It was just a downside that the audio kind of.
I have one last question.
I have a feeling it could be great.
Yes. Now this is my last question. Christopher Nolan, Inception. Everyone raves about it. Does it feel like this film struggles with trying to match, be similar to?
No, it's not trying.
I haven't seen Inception, so I can't really.
You haven't seen
Alex's brain. I just watched Alex die.
They just did the 10th anniversary at Hoyts of it. Why didn't we go see it?
I don't know.
I have friends going and seeing it as we speak.
Michael.
I just watched Alex's expression and it was so good. If you're listening to the podcast,
Inception?
skip to 1 hour, 3 minutes into the video version of this show and you will see Alex's primo reaction to Michael not
go
seeing
see
it.
Tenet. That's all we can say.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. If you got good ears, go see they will put closed captions on the screen for you. Go see Tenet. Other than that, it's really hard because I people need to go to the movies. We need to support movies at the moment. But maybe Chris Nolan, maybe don't make it so hard to hear the movie.
I mean, like I'm hoping like from the feedback, maybe they'll do like a
maybe Cats.
there was like a
remix it.
We remastered the
audio.
I'll just get the audio track and go. Whoop.
But yeah, I mean, from what I watched, I gave it a 4.
I'd be on a 4 too. I don't know though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I feel like it's a very solid film. Like,
I remember a lot about it. That's good for a long movie.
That is
good.
good.
I remember a lot of what happens. I remember being like in the last half, like I said, being so on board for it.
Yeah.
I was throffing kick asses in the movie. It's awesome.
You genuinely like because they're given a time limit, and like you genuinely like I genuinely was like, shit, are they gonna do it?
Yeah. The stakes are high.
Yeah,
Cool.
And it's a race against time.
and yeah, it's really interesting. Like just watching everything happen.
I was gonna say it sounds visually like it would be incredible. I will watch it at some point. If I find out they do a new audio track, we will see.
So all in all, Tenet was a good time.
Go see it.
A good time.
Speaking of good time.
Speaking of a good time, holy shit!
Robert Pattinson.
Okay, Robert Pattinson. First off, fucking did a really good job in this movie. This is
I
our homework
have
segment.
Issues with this movie.
You have issues with
Minor issues, but pretty big issues.
it. Okay, I'm interested to see where these go to.
It sucks because I
thought that's what you were saying about the movie. I was like, holy fuck.
Nah, the movie was really well directed, and really well acted.
I gotta say, having known nothing about this film going into it, I got halfway through and I was like, holy fuck, I am so anxious and tense right now. What the fuck is and then I went, there's another film that made me feel this way. And I looked it up. And it's
Safdie Brothers.
It's the Safdie Brothers who did Uncut Gems.
His brother in the movie is played by one of the directors.
Yeah, he plays the brother.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So
all right, get into.
Just want to get over my issues, and it's actually an issue that I saw Gabe had a problem with too.
Oh,
more than
I read his review as well after I watched it.
Yeah.
Is it the character?
Yeah, it's the fact that I was so on board, and then like with Robert Pattinson and his brother, I was just like, yes, the brother's super. Like when you feel bad.
This
for the
opening
brother.
scene with the brother and everything, and what they set up for,
you get connected to
you're
him.
so emotionally invested in this character.
Like he's kind of just gets dragged into his brother's like.
His brother drags him into his shit, and it's the fact that we spend the whole movie with his brother, who is just the worst.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
manipulating
lowest of the
people.
low
He
of
lies
humans.
Like
constantly.
you can't like accept anything he does because it's all.
I just couldn't get on board. I couldn't like that's the thing. Is I was watching. I was like, this movie's flying by. But like I wasn't rooting for him, and that was a big issue for me.
Spoilers. We're going to talk spoilers because this film came out a little while ago, and we said it as homework last week. So if people wanted to know what the film was about, they'd watch along. The twist halfway, where
that he's grabbed the wrong person.
Fuck, dude.
I did not dislike that.
I liked the twist, but then I caught myself, and I was like, oh. The reason I don't like a certain part of the twist is because it's not the brother.
Yeah,
and I wanted to see the brother and know what was going on with him.
That was it. It was the fact that the main character I was like there for, and I felt for was gone throughout almost the whole movie.
He's in like 3 scenes.
Oh, he's in the end. Yeah,
and
that's
he's
it.
fucking incredible.
He's
Robert Pattinson does an incredible acting job.
Yeah.
He's just
like,
not
it's well acted. It's just the character.
The character
himself.
is very unlikable, which is the idea. Like you're not
also
meant to
just
like
hooking up with 16-year-old
to hide the fact that you're a wanted criminal.
But here's the thing: he kept going.
No,
he left the room with the TV, and they were still going.
No, I know.
That's when I
the
went.
dude woke up.
That's when I just went.
I know. See, this
That's
is
the only
thing.
reason it stopped for me was when the dude woke up.
No, so yeah, this is the thing where when you're watching a film where they have a character with a portrayal like this, where it's like, this guy is a fucking real person. Yeah. Like he's a 3-dimensional, morally grey, like you don't know where he stops and where he ends. Like where he stops and where he ends, it's the same thing. He's not black and white. Yeah. He's not like, this is good, this is bad. It's like he's trying to help his brother who's unwell.
He's trying to help his brother from the problem that he got his brother into.
Yes, exactly.
That's where I was just like, that's why I didn't find him likable. Like, he's doing this for his brother.
No, he's not likable.
But like he's doing it in literally the worst way, like trying to go about getting his brother, like break him out of hospital.
Just straight up manipulating people constantly. Yeah. And in a very like
beats the shit out of the
sickly, charming way.
The which one?
The security guy.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me, I'm the captain guy.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought he looked familiar.
Oh man, they do some fucked up shit in this film. Like it's not good. And the ending was sudden, but I mean that works for it. The end credits were incredible.
Yeah.
And again, it's because this character you're invested in was initially when I finished watching this, I was like, wow, like that. Like
it flew by.
It got me.
An hour 40.
It really
hour
did go
40.
fast.
It flew by. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I was incredibly tense. I watched it first thing this morning when I woke up, and I was like, "Why the fuck am I so anxious?" And it's just the whole film.
I kind of suck as a human being because I watched it while playing Fall Guys. Not with anyone. Just had it on my laptop, on my lap, and I was watching it, and then I was just like,
Did you win?
it's hard to win. I haven't won a game yet.
Okay. But yeah, so initially I gave it a 4.5, and then as I was thinking on it, I came to the same realization with the brother.
Yeah.
And then I brought it down to a 4. Because I still think it's an incredibly well-made film.
I think it was especially well directed. Like they really
I love
nailed.
the close-ups.
It's all close up.
It's just everything.
And the
it's
light.
so
I love the
intense.
light.
Yeah.
Oh, the stuff they do with lighting is bonkers. They have a really bright like red light and shit.
Like
I like the bleached hair on him too.
the cast,
really
like
So random.
casting wise, like production wise and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's just and like, I guess that's how the character's written.
Yeah.
But I think it does drag it a little bit.
It makes it harder to watch.
It's weird because like
I think that's
here's my
a
new
deliberate
rating.
choice.
With my new rating system, I'm like, it's definitely a 3.5 to me. But is it more closer to a 4 or closer to a 3? It's closer to a 4, so I give it a 4.
Yeah.
I gave it a 4 as well.
4s across the board, ladies and gentlemen. 4 for 4.
I think it's sitting just under. I think it'd be under Sorry to Bother You on my, on my list.
Yeah, I can see that.
I feel like Sorry to Bother You was just very bonkers.
Yeah, it's very bonkers, but in an interesting way.
Yeah.
This one was bonkers in a oh fuck kind of way.
But
Anyway, I think that's our thoughts on the Robert Pattinson trifecta of this show.
Batman, Tenet, and Good Time.
and now I'm sad to announce
Come on. You can get
There you
it.
go.
that this next week's homework doesn't include Robert Pattinson at all.
All right,
So we're not doing New Moon.
a single.
We're kicking it. We're kicking
If
it.
you were,
back.
if just to jump in quickly, if you were to set only one of the Twilight films as homework, which would you set?
What if elephants? No, that's not. That's not Twilight.
The
Which
Lighthouse.
Which one would you pick?
Okay, wait. Hang on. All right. It's
Well, I've only seen the first one, so I can't speak.
weird because it's like, do I want to set like the best one, which is the first one? Do I want to set the worst one, which is the second one? Or do I want to set the craziest one, which is the fourth one?
Fourth or
I'd
fifth
set-
one?
I think I'd set the fourth one. The fourth. Is it the fourth? Yeah. No, the fifth one. Sorry.
Yep.
I set only the fifth one because you get
Is that Newman Part
Baby.
2?
You get the
you
CGI
get- no, not,
puppet
Breaking
baby.
Dawn. You get
Breaking
the CGI
Dawn, that's right,
puppet
yeah.
baby. You get Renesmee, the
Yep.
name. You get. Did you do some plan on my daughter?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. You get It's a Wolf thing.
Yep.
Oh, you.
It's very.
It's a ride.
It's a ride.
To quote
Alex Lamb.
to quote a magical quote off of I believe it was Max Scoville in the Comedy Button at one point said the baseball scene in Twilight is the third best X-Men film.
What's the first? Oh,
Yeah.
X-Men Origins.
You got that. So Michael, what's homework next week?
All right, we're back to Disney Plus for Who Framed Roger
How many
Rabbit.
films have you chosen that were interesting?
That'd be this is the third.
I've never seen it.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? You
Hence why
guys
I
have
chose
never
it.
seen this.
I have, but when I
Oh,
was a very little kid.
So you don't really remember
no,
it?
I remember the look of it.
Oh, I have so much to talk about when we watch this and talk about it next week. Oh, I fucking loved Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, one of Dan's favorite films.
Daniel.
Good old Dan. Check his Terrorvision horror podcast out.
But yeah, that's homework.
Yep. Everyone will have a great time watching that. And we can have
Eddie Murphy. Is Eddie Murphy in the movie?
No, there's talks of Eddie Murphy talking about something else. And we can all remember Bob Hoskins fondly as we watch it.
Yes, he died.
True.
It'll be a good time though. And with that, that is episode 72 of Millennium Movie Talk.
The Robert
And
Pattinson.
see it? The Robert
special.
Pattinson Show. Why do we always pick sounds that have a gap and then the end?
What do you mean?
You almost did. You tried. If you're listening to us on a podcast service of your choice, give us a follow or a subscribe.
Please give us a follow.
If you can,
Please give us a subscribe.
if you can review over there, chuck us a review.
If you want to head over to Patreon, chuck us a buck or two.
It would actually really help the show a lot. And you get access to all of our commentaries and stuff. There's a couple of free ones on there if you want a little bit of a taste.
But if you want the good ones,
I think Dora's free.
Dora free? Dora might be free.
And that was a
Go watch our
ride.
Dora video and then watch the whole movie because there's some whack shit in that film and
Dora's
it's
a
great.
good movie.
We had a great time. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, hello.
Hi,
How are
can
you?
see our faces.
that's me.
And,
that's Michael, and
and
that's Braden.
You can give us a
And there's
subscribe.
there's sometimes
There's a woman here.
There's
you wouldn't believe it.
3 white guys and a white woman? Are you kidding me?
Man, we're really going up in the world.
And that's it. I'm Braden.
I'm Michael.
And I'm not getting pulled over tonight.